Walt's brother Roy, sitting to his left, Roy to left, in a room, interior, day or night, and night and day. What kind of room? All kinds of rooms. That's what kind of room. All sorts and all sorts of kinds. And cut music. Scene 1, nature documentaries.
Awful late.
Interior night.
Middle of the night.
Thought you'd...
Still up?
That's what I...
Was supposed to be sleeping.
Interior work office.
Follow me, Roy.
The dog, the
Family.
dog.
Teddy.
Not doing well.
Insert shot, Roy's dog, Teddy.
Little back legs.
Close on back
Not working
legs.
anymore. Vet put it in a little wheel cart,
Yeah.
pulls itself along with front legs.
Can't let-
Having a real hard time. Crying all night, stroke its ears, stroke its legs till it sleeps.
Technology can fix almost anything. Anything, almost anything. Many things.
Still, scary.
And close on Walt and close on Roy.
Doctors,
Saw one the other.
you're
No, just
having
back problems, neck and shoulder. Doctor says it was some sort of calcification. Gave me pills, taking pills. Pain pills, pills help. Little, not much. Pills, a little drink, smoke, pills, pain.
exercise.
Oh, sure.
That's good.
10 jumping jacks in the morning.
Nice.
What, hot water baths.
Nice.
Cut to
And the wife says,
How is she?
shouldn't work so much. She says,
Haven't seen.
she travels,
Okay.
visiting relatives.
Nice. It must
Not really.
kind of lonely.
No.
Just
cut to
And they all say, well, he just does cartoons.
they
Say,
about
me.
Okay.
It's like,
They like
sure,
everything you do. So
likable,
wonderful about.
but not so
It's good.
important.
Makes money.
Really like to, need to, want to, should do.
Something different.
A little, I guess. I would say, I'm thinking
More
expanding
where?
into the real world.
Oh. That.
Been
Yeah.
nothing but fairy tales and fairy things.
And very likely.
Not interested in the politics, the political, that stuff. I don't know. It's just not good. No, not that kind of thing. No.
Too, I'd say, risky.
Pushing your political views on others.
It's-
like sticking your finger up somebody else's.
Talking about politics.
This is not important in the end, and I don't think political stuff.
Sure.
Thinking about real things, documentaries, I guess, but not.
Right.
But no, but maybe nature, travel, animals, going to places people would never go. Too much trouble.
Mountains.
No one really wants to climb a mountain because who has the time?
Alaska.
Sure, and
Maybe other countries. You'd
rather we stay here. Risky going.
more expensive.
Not so sure I care about.
Sure.
Don't need to leave America. People aren't so interested.
Okay.
cut to
And your kid?
Yeah.
Maybe put your kid just graduated from, what's it called?
Pomona College.
Sure. Good thing for him to do. Good place to start.
Gosh, sure would appreciate.
Let him maybe put his name on as a producer. Could call him, make it his little thing, maybe. Our little thing. Me and you and him and me and you. Our little family thing.
Nice.
No women allowed.
Oh.
And you.
Financing it.
You worry.
I can.
Find the people to show the...
Could be challenging distribution.
I don't care. Don't bother me with...
Because documentaries aren't cartoons.
well, my name goes a long way, don't you?
No, I know. It's.
cut to
And we're
1 month later.
filming.
In Alaska. And filming one now in Yosemite, and filming one now in New Mexico, and filming one now in
So many.
films about bears and seals and bees and wolves.
People enjoy seeing nature and animals and.
Shit.
What?
Fuck.
What?
Got a little problem here. We
Gosh, I.
fucking lemmings.
What?
You know what they say? About how lemmings, they get together in little groups and run off the sides of cliffs, committing their little mass suicides?
Okay.
Making a film about that.
Sure, why not?
Because who wouldn't?
Lemmings.
All set up to do a film about
Yes.
how they
Yes.
off cliffs.
See,
Yeah, but they're not.
they're
They're not jumping, not grouping, not killing themselves, not once, filming for weeks.
getting expensive.
They're not doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
And if
Why are we under the impression?
they commit suicide,
Where did we hear that?
I've heard it.
Yeah,
The guy who draws pictures for me
Who?
says he saw
Where?
a picture of this.
What?
Somewhere at some point. Some saw some picture of lemmings, some drawing somewhere, lemmings falling off. But these lemmings right here,
Walt points to a cliff, points to a bunch of lemmings. Close on lemmings just hanging out, and
these lemmings don't
just sort of.
sitting there. Just don't jump. Waiting for them to jump, no jumping. What's this about? No one's interested in lemmings unless they're killing themselves. So you can't just, really, I'm Schitt's Creek here, because we got these distributors and people that are waiting and expecting and thinking, and it makes me look bad. Makes me look like a real dumbass.
You'd say they do this, jumping.
Yeah.
You say they do this, then couldn't.
Yeah.
Just to save time, save money, save trouble. You could. I don't know. You know record players, you know if you drop something on a record player turntable while the turntable is going real fast, the thing it just sort of flings across.
Oh, that's fun.
Across the room.
Yeah.
If you were to make a bunch of turntables and film from down the cliff, looking up at the edge of the cliff, film that way, just help the lemmings jump off the cliff.
Since they
can't do it themselves.
That's so much fun.
If the truth is
that lemmings like to commit suicide in big groups.
If that's the truth, then it's not untrue to show, to recreate the truth, because...
Cut to interior night.
A good day's work.
Nice. Happy you.
Have a purpose in life.
Walt takes out a bottle of vodka.
Just thought you thought I was just the money guy.
Very good at
numbers and...
I do the more
creative.
Sure.
But sometimes nice to make...
hard work.
Nice to think you think I could.
But
I know.
Cut to scene 2, unions. Exterior day. Parking lot, people standing around with signs, looking mad. Interior car, I'm in the car, looking at the people, lots of people standing around with signs.
Shit, lots of
people.
Wanting more money is all.
Who?
Artists, animators, some writers, people who draw, people who ink.
Work for me?
Sure.
No, leaving.
Striking.
Shit.
Striking, asking for...
more money?
A union,
demanding.
Wanting to make a little union, a little group, that's all, a little...
So they can have power.
Leverage.
Thought we were all friends.
Okay.
Forcing me to...
Asking.
This is war.
No.
This is war.
No.
Interior studios day, empty.
Shit. Can be fixed.
People leave and people left.
Taking it personally.
What am I supposed to do?
Hard to admit one is wrong.
Did nothing wrong.
Not saying you did.
Worked so hard.
Everyone works very hard.
But me more than anyone. I
know.
Not personally, not with my hands. Sure, I don't. Not with my hands, not personally. I don't make the movies. The pictures, the theme parks, the places, the buildings, the world. I can't. I could, only there's a limit. One person can only do so much. Only so much, one person.
You do so much.
Have so many ideas. One person can only...
Of course, bring in people.
Who?
Workers.
Work for me.
People working.
Working hard.
Of course, and I would say...
Pass me that, will you?
You feel like they don't trust you. You don't have their best interests in your interests.
Thanks.
In your mind,
Get tense.
Relax and
carrying the load all by myself.
People.
And everyone leaves.
Walt downs pills and vodka.
No.
Oh, you'll leave me.
No.
Abandon me.
No.
You get tired.
No.
Weary.
No.
Weary of Walt.
No.
No. I know I'm difficult. I know.
The problem can be fixed.
Then fix it. Then fix it. Then fix it. If it can be fixed.
Means saying you're wrong. It means saying sort of to some degree that you're wrong.
No.
It means giving them some of what they want because they work so hard for you. The people working for you, having families, having kids, prices go up and just a little more.
I give so
Once
much.
A little more. Just a little more. Not much.
Too much.
Not much. Just a little. Don't give them everything they want. No, sure, not. Give a little.
Just yesterday said I wouldn't give.
Just means doing something a little different from what you said you do.
Saying I'm wrong.
It means.
No.
It means.
No. You say. You say you were wrong. You say you were wrong. You say you were the problem. You say it was your fault. You say you were the wrong one, the one standing in my way. You say that Walt wanted to give them more money, but you refused, and now you've...
Not really.
Because I'm Walt, and you're Roy, and being Walt means something different than being...
How?
And Walt means...
What?
Lots of things.
You mean?
Depend on my name.
So?
You disagree? You say your name means what my name means, that your name is worth what my name is worth, that people need your...
No.
You disagree?
No.
You agree?
I think.
People actually name their children after me.
I see.
People, a sign of affection.
When children name their children after parents.
No, that's not, no.
Oh, you mean...
Other people, not my children, other people. They named this article in Time magazine, and it listed the most popular names to name your boys. And my name,
Number 1?
3, but...
People pay tribute.
Yes.
That's nice.
All the time it happens, and someday my daughter will also name one of her kids after...
Okay.
Someday, but that's not... Other people that I don't know even, they named their kids. Which I think is really...
Nice.
If you really care about me, if you really appreciate everything I have done for you, haven't I? Haven't I done so much for you?
Yes.
What would you have without me? What would you be doing? What would you have?
Wouldn't have much, I guess.
You'd work in a factory, or insurance, or...
No, yes,
Could
sure.
never be a doctor, or just not the right kind of brain. Brains weren't...
Different type of...
Don't you appreciate
I do, and I...
care about me?
I do.
And like me?
Sure.
You're my brother, and I have done so much for... You say you're wrong. You say that it was your fault. You take the blame. Take it.
Okay.
Fix it.
Okay.
Don't ask for much, Roy. Don't need,
Okay.
but don't I deserve it?
Really?
Cut to Scene 3, Cities. Exterior airplane in the sky. An airplane flying from California. Interior airplane flying. Interior Walt and Roy. Interior airplane flying somewhere. Flying from California to Florida. Flying on business. Flying on important business. What business? None of your business. Secret business. And Walt cracks his neck and cracks his back and hurts and takes his pills and takes his pills.
Pours vodka, takes the pills,
Takes his pills.
drinks.
And it hurts all over. It hurts close on Walt, hurting. He's okay. He's okay. Shit. Fuck.
Smokes.
He says to Roy,
Be nice to get a back rub here,
Can't.
Roy.
Really? You miss my home. Miss my wife, my dog, my kids, my dog.
Oh,
The dog died. I miss my dog. Back broke. Wife had to take him in, put him down. All by herself. I was away. The kids cried. She cried. She had to hold his little body when the doctor injected him with the poison. Had to hold his little, he whimpered. His little legs spasmed, then stopped, then dead. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was here. I wasn't there. And they miss me, I think. They miss me. It's been days, weeks, months.
years since I saw my family because there's work.
I think I'm missed. Aren't you missed? You think you're...
cut to Walt says to Roy,
Time to work,
Okay.
because now I'm going to make a city. A city.
Okay.
Because I've made a theme park, and that's like a city.
Not really.
Thinking about how it's kind of thinking about how well it works.
Oh, you...
Solve the problem of problems.
It's a
Perfect.
nice enough place,
You agree?
I suppose.
What?
One feels safe when one is there.
No accidents? No deaths?
Well,
No.
no. They happen.
Well, death happens. but
Happens
not-
off-site, far away, miles away. People are removed if
Yes.
they're sick, if they're
Say it's like cheating.
not a place where problems don't exist. The problems there are there. They're just not there. They're removed or moved or
It's not cheating. It's how it works. There are problems. They are dealt with.
behind the scenes, back rooms, underground, far
And
away.
that's it. That's the solution. Because problems happen. Problems are there. But problems can be dealt with. And problems dealt with behind the scenes. Underground, in the back room, the problem is being dealt with. And there's no need to bother everyone. There's no need to make a big deal and show it, see it. Because dealing with problems in a way that makes a big deal isn't really helping anyone. People panic. People get scared. People think problems are problems because they see problems as problems. But if you don't see the problems to see the problems as problems, there aren't problems.
close on Roy, close on Walt. Close on Roy, and closer on Roy, and closer, and...
Okay.
It works.
Okay.
Want to make a city like I've made a theme park, an actual city, a place where people live and sleep and work and eat.
Could be
Best thing I've ever done.
difficult.
With its own government that I have invented.
Could be
A place where everybody rents and nobody owns property because owning a house means that you have to take care of a house. Who knows how to take care of a house? I don't. You have experts for this. Experts for everything. And everyone does only what they are good at. And no one does what they're not good at. And this means that everything works better.
everyone.
Likes to think they're an expert, but they're not. And the scientist does what the scientist does, and the doctor does what the doctor does, and the guy who cleans the gutter because he cleans the gutter, and he knows how to clean a gutter.
Okay.
Everyone does the job they are good at, and they do it until they... And if you live there, you work. and you don't own property, which means
No voting
no
rights,
taxes.
no say,
Experts will say when experts have something to say. Too much.
controlling.
My idea of a perfect place.
People have to.
No.
Seems a bit too.
Not getting it.
No.
Thinking ahead.
They're
Cut to.
If you think of how people have lived for
decades.
centuries, it just doesn't work. And people aren't much happier. And we're moving
Kind of like
into a future.
so fast.
We control the atom. We can take the atom and see it and break it and reassemble.
Never thought.
Going into space, going to the moon, getting
Faster?
better, older, living older than we have ever lived.
Sure.
But
See,
And close on Walt.
there's a guy in Irvine, has a place, a lab, a building. The guy freezes bodies. The guy tells me that he can take a body and freeze the body, the head of the body, just the head, because that's where everything is. Everything that matters is in the head. Freeze the head when the time comes, and when the time comes, when we know how to fix everything there is to fix in the body, everything that can go wrong. When that time comes, we can unfreeze the head and give the head a better body that doesn't die.
seems a little.
This will happen. Someday, my city, my place, the place I make, this will be the place where people can go and live forever.
A cell phone on the table rings. Roy picks up.
Yeah? Okay. Sure.
Roy hangs up.
So I just talked to the board.
Just then,
Yeah.
you,
Talked to the board.
And?
They really like the idea of going to Florida and building a new park.
no, that's
Not what you wanted.
to make a city.
I think it sounds really
Impressive.
costly.
That's
The sense I got from,
I think
they think money's
awful.
important, just being practical.
how much?
It'll bring in
It won't. It's a city.
cities
Cost.
too much, but a theme park,
No.
well, that's what they,
So,
so you don't control the money.
so,
So, the board controls the money and you don't control the board. You'd like to think you do, but you don't.
it's,
Your company.
Yes.
You made it.
yes,
But companies, big ones, when they're as big
has
as.
to be. No other way.
Yes, but that means you're not the only.
Might be.
Many people weighing in.
Shitty
This
situation.
is the truth.
Something to deal
Money controls the board and money controls the people with the money.
with. No, gotta be a way.
Make a city, make money.
Must be a
Really,
way.
see a way.
You won't see how. If you don't want to, you don't want to at all.
No, not
You
really.
just don't want to. If you really wanted to have a good idea for me, you would have a good idea for me.
That doesn't seem like a fair thing to say.
Just an observation.
Ideas take time.
Haven't got
Wait a minute.
what?
Wait a minute.
What?
I have an idea.
What?
Building.
Yes.
Building buildings.
What about it?
Takes time.
Yes.
Takes time to build a building.
Well, building slow.
Why? Not always slow, not slow for cities.
Shit.
You see, permits
Maybe. Approval?
for building.
Okay, now I'm lost.
Waiting for permits takes long, costs money.
Yeah.
You've got to go to the government. You say, I'd like to build a water fountain, a little water fountain about this big, and you need to fill out a paper, submit the paper.
Lawyers look at the paper, say, okay or not okay.
Send in the paper, wait to get the paper back.
Days,
Months pass, time passes, money waits, and this little fountain finally gets built. Times it by hundreds and thousands.
Money people, bored people.
Bought another theme park, another bigger, not Disneyland, but Disney World.
And bigger takes time.
So, here's the deal. If we tell Florida that we plan to build a city, promise to build a city, then they'll make us a district. And if we're a district, then we can do things a company can't do. If we're a district, we can approve our own building permits, and this saves money. But the board has to promise that we'll build a city on the property, that we'll build a place where people live and work, and
Oh, that's good.
if we're a district, we can build anything
Yeah.
we want, getting special tax advantages.
Sure.
Board will
Like that.
also
Yeah.
power of eminent domain.
Oh, that's fun.
Because now you're
6 months later.
Shitloads of land.
Okay.
So cheap. And
careful that you
I bet the board's happy with it.
liking all the
Making
land.
blueprints.
Okay, you know
It's
if
moving
you
faster than I...
see this bit of land here.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
Offered the farmer money.
I already have a blueprint for how I want to use that.
Said he'd say yes.
Good, because
Except that,
wants more money?
no, happy with.
What's the holdup?
Got a tree on the property.
So?
Big old tree.
So?
Really big.
And?
We'll only sell the land if we agree to keep the tree.
Why?
Just not cut it down.
What kind of
And he's a real nice guy.
already have blueprints for
Talk
this?
to him a
I
lot.
can't have a tree there.
He's a farmer.
Fucks with the design.
Reminds me
What a
of
dickhead.
a lot like our dad,
How?
was a farmer.
So?
And it's one request I think we can.
You think
We're
we're giving him more money than he has probably ever seen in his life.
said to me,
I don't care.
says it's important, this tree. Seems silly, but that's how it is. Important, because it's old, because it's been in the family for a long, long time.
So,
Says it was in his father's father planted it when his wife died.
it's just a tree.
Says it's the most important thing in the world to him. Says it has,
Can't.
won't,
Make one exception.
Just-
No.
really.
I'm planning the perfect city, the perfect place.
And if he
Tell
doesn't,
him we'll exercise our powers.
really,
We run a district.
it's just,
And districts have powers. We have
it's a,
a right to.
you
Don't tell me what I.
can't do that to a,
Rather than nice sum money, it's more money than.
just a tree.
Exactly.
Getting your
We
way.
need the land because the blueprints.
Careless.
There is a limit. There is a limit. A person cannot care about
No.
important work. Moving into the real world now, changing how the world works, how the world does what it does, how the world sees, how the world. I mean, you can't change the world and have a small life at the same time. You can't. You're not operating on that scale. This is bigger scale. Have to be one of the most important people who ever lived. What's the point unless you're one of the most important people who ever lived? What's the point? Most people completely unimportant. Most people a waste.
Don't force him out.
You did it. You gave me this power.
If
No choice now.
Then I'll tell the press you forced a poor farmer, a widowed farmer, off his land, and then, because of a tree, a stupid,
It's my right.
looked really, really bad. I will tell.
Shit. All I wanted was to make the perfect city. I'm going to remember this.
In the end,
I am going to remember.
getting what you want,
No.
mostly,
Pass me a hanky, will you?
really, it's for the best.
Walt coughs. He coughs up a lot of blood.
Shit.
That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Cut to scene 4, sick. Interior doctor's office, then outside the office. Day, exterior, sun, exterior. Roy.
Don't tell.
I won't.
Don't tell.
Okay.
No one knows except for you.
Is there time?
Not much.
It's
The pains
okay.
wasn't calcification, like
Oh.
something else. Something eating me from the inside. Eating my lungs from the inside, cells taking over cells, eating me.
Not much.
Time.
Tell your wife.
No.
Should tell your wife, your kid.
No one knows. Board can't know. Board can't know. Just bought a lot of land. They think it's for a park, but it's for more than a park. They gotta go through with it. It's for my city. Gotta do the city. Gotta do the city. Gonna do this. Last thing I do. Gotta do it right. Gotta get it done. It's not much time. They think I'm going and going for good. They'll say no. No. To whatever I say, they'll say no. They'll know I'm going and going for good. I can't go. Gonna go. Maybe not.
But your wife.
No one knows, except for you. No. You tell, you die. You tell, I will kill you. You tell, you are gone. You better not tell. Not you. Better?
Cut to.
Pours vodka. Takes pills. Drinks vodka. Smokes. Looks at bloody handkerchief. Gets up. Takes takes the handkerchief over to the trash can, puts it in the trash can, pulls a wad of handkerchiefs from his back pocket, looks for a clean handkerchief, but one after another, all his handkerchiefs seem to be stained with blood. One after another, he tosses out bloody handkerchiefs. Finally, he finds a clean handkerchief, blows his nose, returns to his chair, takes out another cigarette, lights it, smokes.
Scene 5, the son-in-law.
Such a fan. I really
Interior day.
looked up to you and
Close on Ron.
watched all the movies.
Ron talks.
The lemmings were good, like the
Doesn't stop.
falling off the cliff.
Could you?
Make more movies about sports, because people really like sports.
Close on mouth moving.
Wouldn't be one to suggest,
Close on Ron. Ron, son-in-law, Ron.
because, like, what do I know?
Close on Ron's teeth.
Football
Cause can tell he doesn't floss.
made me the man I am.
Lower life expectancy.
So many things. Teamwork, team spirit,
Floss and brush regularly.
discipline, get up every morning 4 a.m.
Extend a life by
running and weights, little swimming.
at least 5 years.
I think it makes me strong in mind and spirit.
Walt drinks.
Your daughter, best thing that ever.
Vodka actually thins blood.
Adds another perspective, female perspective.
Good for the heart.
Unique way of seeing the world.
Dumbass.
Responsibility,
Pass me a hanky.
being a husband, being a father. See life differently.
When?
I feel so needed.
By what?
By her,
Your wife.
your daughter.
And then
Not for me, for them.
you say,
See, if I'm hurt, out of work, if I
it's
die,
a shitty line of work.
what, football?
Shitty line of work.
All the things that could happen.
Playing football?
Your friend's skull got crushed. Now in a hospital, feeding tubes, machine to breathe, can't remember who he is. Forgot his father, forgot his mother, forgot his sister, forgot his dog. And dog remembers by smell, but he, the guy with the broken skull and broken brain, forgot everything. Eyes wide open, but like he's not there. Just drool and spit. He can't control how he swallows, so his mouth fills up, and it's like he's drowning in his own mouth. And so he needs someone there to pour the drool and the spit out of his mouth. And all the money, cost them money. Sister took a job to keep him alive, and he's probably in his head thinking, if he's thinking, he's probably thinking, please kill me, because I can't stand being such a burden to you. Thinking, you're my sister, and you shouldn't be sitting next to me day and night, day, draining my mouth of mouth water. And even though
Life is hard.
couldn't do that, I wouldn't do that, get hurt, or maybe die, leave the wife and kids, or worse, wind up like that and be a burden
Think
to
you're a real.
hero.
Wouldn't say.
No, I would never think.
Hardly think.
The kids, and 2 already.
No control.
Another on the way.
A kid?
On the way.
News to me. You have.
Responsibilities. So I quit. Left for good.
I would never call that responsible.
Football.
Shitty.
Dangerous sport.
You quit your job.
Yes.
And now you don't make money because
Well, money's good, but if something ever happened,
big trouble in family town.
taking responsibility.
Want from me?
New career, I was sort of thinking.
Spit it out.
Dad,
Pan to daughter. She says,
Dad,
close on daughter. Walt's daughter all grown up. Daddy's little girl, good little girl, such a smart little girl, a tough little girl. And Walt, he's the apple of her eye. He's her hero, her.
Dad.
And Walt says,
Yeah.
and daughter says,
Ron really just
What?
wants to take better care of
Who?
me.
You.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
You don't like him.
Who?
Ron, you don't,
He's
not much like you, except sometimes, but mostly he thinks differently. And I know you don't like men who play sports, and I know you don't like men who are bigger than you, and I know you're just a little intimidated by him, that's all, but you should get over that because he's really good to me, and I know you want me to be with someone who's good to me, right?
But he's
Don't I deserve?
Trying to sneak in, trying to get in, trying to take over.
No, I really
wants to be my successor, take over.
just wanted a job. I'd sweep floors if you let me.
Take over. Roy takes over. If anything happens to me, Roy takes over.
Dad,
You need
maybe
to.
just an apprentice of some kind.
There's no experience.
Teach me how you do what you do.
No way to.
Better position to take care of.
You don't, I will.
Wanted.
Making it my responsibility.
Trying to make a new.
Because,
Another boy on the way.
boy,
2 kids already.
you're gonna name the boy?
Don't know.
How?
I don't know.
Of course you.
Give me the opportunity to.
How come you never named any of your kids after me? I mean, what's up with that?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering
Not
why.
really what we're talking about.
Well, it seems odd. Seems
It
strange.
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Teach me what you know.
Gonna be a boy.
Follow in your footsteps.
Sign of
He
respect.
needs a job.
Think we have a lot in common.
If you really,
I love animals.
it doesn't make me feel better to hear that you like me. It makes me feel worse to think that somebody like you likes me. Okay?
Sorry. Just tell me what you like and I'll do it.
Name your kid after me.
No,
You have 2 boys. Not one of them is named after me.
no,
Seems.
not important.
Then tell me what you are naming the kid. If not me, then
We don't have a name.
bullshit.
I haven't thought about it.
Bullshit. Ron, tell me the name.
There's no name.
Don't ask. You didn't ask me. I asked Ron. Ron, answer my question.
Thinking maybe Roy.
Roy.
After your brother.
Had nothing to do with this.
No, right.
Please don't put me in the middle of this.
Why here? Not.
He's just done so much for us.
Please don't put me in the middle.
If you don't name this kid Walt,
What, threatening me?
wouldn't call it.
A threat?
You get nothing. None of my money, none of what I own, you get nothing. Other family will get everything. You'll be left out. Do you want to be left out? Husband, unemployed, has no skills, can't do shit. Shit for brains, just muscle, can throw a ball. So what? So what? What good is that? Not so good.
Just don't think it's a good idea to name my kid the name you're named.
Why? Why? Answer.
Because when I say your name, I think all sorts of things I don't want to think. When I say your name, I think of you. And when I think of you, I get all angry. And when I think of you and the way you act, and the way you yell, and the way you threw a tantrum at my wedding and threw cake at people, and I think of the way you yell, and the way you fire people, and the way you force people to do what you want them to do, and I know about what you did to Roy.
Oh, please don't.
How when you won the Oscar for your film about lemmings,
It didn't hurt that much.
you walked into his office and threw that trophy at his head.
Mostly missed my head.
Put a hole in the wall.
Didn't hurt too bad.
When I think these thoughts, when I think of the thoughts, I think these thoughts when I say your name. And I get angry, and I get sad, and I get scared. And I know that if I name my kid your name, then anytime I say his name, I'll feel the ways I feel when I think of you. And the kid will see that, and the kid will feel that. And the kid will feel like I feel those ways towards him. And he'll feel bad and sad and maybe scared. And over time, he'll think I feel about him the way I feel about you. And when he grows up, he'll be really fucked up. And when he grows up, he'll feel like I like his brothers better than him. And because naming him the name that you're...
Cut to just Walt and Roy. Bar, somewhere high, in the air, looking up, looking down, high up, looking down at Earth. And seeing Earth spinning around down below. Interior, high in the sky bar, night. Vodka, pours some.
Does so.
And music. Scene 6. Fans.
FDR saw my movies. King George was a fan. Douglas Fairbanks says nice things about me. Jerry Lewis, Groucho Marx, fans. The head of the CIA, the head of the FBI, fans. Senator McCarthy, friend and fan. Werner von Braun is a good friend. And the same method I use to operate the and the robot presidents of the Hall of Presidents is the same thing that Werner uses to synchronize rocket launches. Says he got it from me because Alan Turing's favorite movie was Snow White. And when he killed himself by eating a cyanide-coated apple because he liked the movie so much. Eisenstein was a fan. Einstein was a fan. Mussolini took his kids to see my movies. All of them. Big fans. Doris Day liked Donald Duck, her favorite character of any character anywhere, she said. Silent treatment. Hitler said Mickey was silly, said mice were dirty, said Mickey was a pile of shit. Really? And look what happened to him. Serves him right.
Careful.
Cut music.
Walt.
What?
Paper printed that comment.
So
comment about
Hitler
had to have a whole team
It
of
wasn't like I said something nice about
people had to apologize
I don't
for
understand
you. Things
what
you say.
matters because
Hitler, Mussolini.
I also mentioned FDR
Doesn't-
and he's a cripple.
Missing the
shit.
Someone told.
Just
and
fix it.
On the Lemmings movie, someone told.
small
and
problem.
No, it was fake.
Easier to
News people asked an animal expert, and the expert said that lemmings don't do that.
What?
Jump off cliffs. They don't. Never did. Not true.
I heard
You saw.
picture.
Drawn by.
I know.
From a comic
Scrooge
book.
McDuck.
From a Scrooge McDuck comic book. The papers.
said it
Animal
was-
cruelty.
Oh, bullshit.
News people claiming animal cruelty because the turntable.
Claiming that I
No.
Who?
Claiming my son was responsible. Claiming because his name and because he was the producer, but
That's not
wasn't his idea. He didn't.
He produced
Just
it.
a kid and
You think I'm a jerk?
really hurt my
You
family.
wanna punch me? Punch me! Go ahead and punch! Go ahead.
The whole ordeal hurt my son. Hurt my wife. Wife feels like I
Small
hurt the family.
Your wife.
Said she doesn't love me anymore. Wife said she fell out of love and can't get it back. Said she tried. Said we tried. Said it's just not there. Said she won't leave me. Said she doesn't want to leave me. Just doesn't love me. But she'll stay. She'll stay. And I guess we'll...
Sorry, I threw my Oscar at your head.
Can't really...
Interior work, my office, my studios.
You shouldn't come back around. They're starting to
Shouldn't wear.
work the place, the company, the board.
Who's right to...
They shouldn't see you looking sick, really starting to show.
Not sure, I really
Starting
to notice.
to talk,
Not looking too bad.
wondering about you.
Thought I was getting better.
Worse, actually,
Look at myself in the mirror.
every day.
Sure I did.
And that's why, looking every day, harder to see the decline. And when you step back, when you're not you, when you see what others see, you can see you don't.
Getting better.
Getting.
Cut to.
Moving along.
What that mean? What does that mean?
Takes time.
No time.
Patience.
It said nothing.
Wrong time, wrong place.
The whole thing, the whole project, the city
Plans
is
are
getting trampled.
read between the lines.
Load of shit.
Being diplomatic.
Try too hard to make everybody happy and nobody gets happy.
People need to feel they're being heard when
Whose side are you on?
not about
Sides.
there's
Always a side.
doing what's right.
It's a side.
No one will be happy all the time.
Small mind.
Working hard to
Oh, fucker!
not sure what that means.
I get the minutes of the board meetings. I read the minutes of the board meetings.
Close on.
These are the minutes. I have the minutes of the board meetings. Didn't think, did you? Didn't think that I get the minutes of the board meetings, but I have the minutes of the board meetings. And I read the minutes of the board meetings. And I can't find any talk about
Timing is-
mention of.
Pick your battles.
Carefully.
Yes.
Too careful.
Bring it up now and
Job is to make sure the city
in talks
gets
about
mentioned on this page.
concerns about.
Here the guy says, we can't do it, it's too much money, just focus on the theme park, ignore the plans.
Up for
He
discussion.
told me that if we agreed to make it another theme park, they would let me have my city. That was the deal.
Up for discussion.
He promised the state of Florida.
Up for discussion.
And you say nothing. You make no objection, you're not fighting.
Is
agreeing.
how?
Nothing comes of
Taking
nothing.
action is
Flip through the pages, page after page. No response from you.
making it an argument now.
Have
When,
all the power.
sorry,
Like you have the atomic bomb right there in your hands, could end it all, could fix it all, could end the war.
war. What war? Not a war.
Yes.
Fighting only.
All the power and you won't use it.
When the time comes,
Probably why.
do what I can
Your
do.
slow spines, such a wimp, won't stand up.
I'm careful.
That's probably why your wife doesn't love you anymore.
Cut to Scene 7, the Liberty Tree.
Had a dream in which this happened. Same exact this room, this place, this time. And in this dream, you called me up and said, hey, let's go get some coffee and a bagel. And let's have a sit down. Let's have a bike ride. Let's play catch. Let's watch a game. Let's go grill a steak and drink a beer and get some ice cream.
Cut to
And in this dream, when I saw you, you gave me a hug and said, hey, son. And I said, hey, Dad. And I was so happy because my dad is Walt Disney.
Cut to
My dad is dead. Is your dad dead?
Cut to
Mom's or
Cut to
dad's?
Cut to
Someday I'll be dead. Maybe not tomorrow, but it'll
No,
happen.
can't.
Why?
Because you're,
What?
isn't it true,
That people,
living longer?
Cut to
and someday people won't die. Not now. Making progress. Once,
I know this story.
like companies,
You said,
corporations. I never meant to.
last forever.
A corporation,
You said-
by definition, by law, a corporation is made to
End.
die.
Gosh, that's sad.
When a business is done, the business is done. That's what a corporation is. But
I know where this is.
why? Why does that have to be the way it is?
It's no fair.
No fair.
Yeah.
Going into a time when everything that was meant to die doesn't.
If you
Make sure the business is never done.
make sure
Keeps living,
heaven
changing, evolving.
never.
Exterior Disney World Day. Disney World under construction, still being built. Exterior Frontierland. Frontierland where there's a tree. A big tree.
Old tree.
Ancient.
In the middle of,
Frontier land. America land. Hall of Presidents could be right there. And
I love robots.
decided, well, we got this tree here. We call this the Liberty Tree because it represents liberty and good virtues in America and patriotism.
Okay.
Because America has always been about liberty and letting people do what they want.
It wasn't.
But we got this land here with this tree in the way of where stuff was supposed to be, in the way of what I wanted. Came down here one night and I had a conversation with this fucking tree. And I said to him,
The tree.
you're getting in the way of my liberty, what I want. Not free to do, not like America, not right to change the plans. And change in plan, change in blueprint. Used to be there, over there, right there. Used to be, couldn't be. Why couldn't it be? Tunnel running underground would have fucked with the plumbing, the wire, the electrics. But couldn't get rid of the tree. We had to keep the tree because of some deal, had to. So we moved the tree. We drilled holes into the wood, we put in cables, used a crane, lifted it out of the ground, moved it over, filled the holes with wood plugs. Wood plugs, though. Wood plugs got infected, got a wood disease, started rotting, and the disease spread, and the whole tree started rotting. You know what we did? What we did was, we went inside and we cleaned out the tree. And we filled its insides with cement. But then the leaves started falling off. So we went through and we replaced every leaf. It's all vinyl. Vinyl leaves. But still.
Close on Liberty Tree. Close on Ron. Close on Walt. And Walt says,
There's a lesson here. Do you know what the lesson is I'm teaching you? I'm teaching you here. What's the lesson you...
Nothing wrong with being a bully.
That's right.
Like in football,
You know.
how to push through.
Touchdowns and goals and shit.
Tackling.
Okay then.
Faces might get broken, cuts and bruises, mild concussion.
No matter what.
Win.
It's for
The team, not the one.
not the minority. The minority hurts the whole. The thing must appeal to many.
Or
What's
else,
the point?
we'll
We'll have problems with the board.
they'll
Resist. But you should...
tackle.
Yes.
Don't.
I'm putting you in.
Okay.
You'll fight
Yeah.
for what I want.
You.
Want to make sure that they don't just turn my city into another theme park. But
Okay.
they'll side with Roy. Them and Roy, in real tight. They like Roy. They won't like you. Not at first. But
I could.
you could turn them against Roy. Make Roy
How?
spread the word that the whole Lemmings scandal was Roy's idea. Get those animal cruelty people on his case. Remind them that he stood in the way of the animators' efforts to unionize. And if people complain about the labor violations in Florida, because you can bet there'll be some labor violations in Florida, I mean, how can they? You just let them know that that was Roy. And when people get upset about the copyrights,
Turning.
free stuff into stuff you have to pay for,
People don't
you
like
tell them that it was
Roy's
all
idea.
the lawsuits,
Roy.
removing farmers from their land, forcing them to sell land at a lower price.
Roy.
He said it all, not me. He did. It's true. He said his ideas, not.
I see.
Cut to.
Dad,
Yes.
where are you going?
Cut to.
Thank you.
Cut to.
Thank you.
Cut to.
Want that kid,
The kid?
the kid that's coming, the name.
Yes.
Wife won't like it.
It's okay.
Tell her now. She'll
Yeah.
wait until
Later.
needs to know there are some things.
Name the kid Walt.
Or Walter,
Either way.
Walt Jr. sounds good.
Promise.
Cut to. Scene 8.
Dials a number on his phone as he talks.
Scene 8. Mickey Mouse.
Hello? Hello, wife. Hi. Yeah. It's me, Walt. What are you doing? Oh, okay. No, it's just calling. I just wanted to. Yes. I wondered whether, oh, no, I see.
Cut to.
Doing fine.
Cut to.
Thinking about,
Cut to.
you know what I like? I like about you. I like how,
Cut to.
just remembering how we met.
Cut to.
Drawing. You drawing for me, working for me. Liked how you drew the things that I thought up. Liked how,
Cut to.
and I liked that when I first met you, you were working for me. Because if you married me, that must have meant that you really liked working for me.
Cut to.
And boy, you really could draw.
Cut to.
Draw the things I thought.
Cut to. Try it.
Tried some drawing myself the other day. Not in such a long time.
Cut to.
Drew some Mickey Mouses.
Cut to.
Shows drawings.
I think they turned out pretty good. It's not amazing, but
Cut to.
I think I still got it.
Cut to.
Yeah, I'll send them to you. I think they're pretty.
Cut to.
Hey, so, I wanted to tell you about this.
Cut to.
I was just wondering if
Cut to.
I'm thinking about future. Heard of
Cut to.
a guy in Irvine.
Cut to.
They freeze the bodies. They freeze. Well, it's just the head. And no, it's not gross, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Cut to.
Not that I'm dying anytime soon.
Cut to.
Not that I'm dying anytime.
Cut to.
Not that.
Cut to.
No, just
Cut to.
the future. And wondered,
Cut to.
would you be interested in that? Now I could sign you up for, so it's you and me. Well, when it's time, when the world is safe for technology better, then we get unfrozen and we come back and
cut to,
and they rebuild our bodies and
cut to,
and maybe even if there's anything wanted changed, bodies or minds or anything we wanted removed, like a bad memory, or
cut to,
can change anything we want,
cut to,
you know, just like a
cut to,
movie,
cut to,
and we come back better than ever.
cut to,
Keep on living together in the future, you and
cut to,
me in the
cut to,
living.
cut to,
Okay, well, you know, I was just thinking about,
cut to,
okay, no, that's fine.
cut to,
No, don't worry, it's about,
cut to,
daughter's gonna name her next kid after me.
cut to,
Okay,
cut to,
bye.
cut to,
Takes out a handkerchief, and as he pulls out the handkerchief, out come a pile of very bloody handkerchiefs.
Scene 9,
Clears all of the handkerchiefs from the table in one big swipe of his hand.
God. Interior hospital, night. Interior hospital. What hospital? Secret hospital. No one knows where I am, secret hospital. And Walt, close on Walt, in a bed. Hard to move with Walt hooked up to machines shed. Cut to, daughter, enters, asks,
Are you comfortable?
wiggles his toes,
Cold.
wiggles his toes.
Blanket
Cut to,
disappeared and did I...
No.
You were here?
nods yes.
This?
Close on,
You.
Found a long trail of these.
Leading.
Here?
Oh,
Walt looks back at the trash can.
cut to,
please don't tell
Who?
anyone about.
You?
cut to,
Why can't
You tell?
anyone?
It's important because
You'll...
lose
What?
control
Of
of
your-
the city.
cut to,
But... I sorta
What?
did.
Tell?
Yes.
Who?
cut to,
Mom?
cut to,
Ron?
cut to,
And Ron?
He.
I think
He.
told the board.
cut to, cut to,
I
cut to,
really...
Don't.
cut to, cut to,
Ron likes his job.
cut to,
Talks all day about
cut to,
nice of you to...
cut to,
Talks constantly
Cut
about...
to.
Really thinks you're...
cut to, cut to,
Ron doesn't
cut to,
anymore. He's
cut to,
starting to...
He's.
Different.
cut to,
Not the man I
cut to,
walked home in the rain last night
cut to,
thinking about.
cut to,
Do you ever miss your mother? Do
cut to,
you want a pillow?
cut to,
Do you want some water?
cut to,
Thinking about other places.
cut to,
Wish I had a
cut to,
touch your face one last.
cut to,
Think it's time I
Stay.
and
Lonely.
yeah.
cut to, cut to,
So much.
cut to,
Sorry, I told people that you're dying. I just thought
cut to,
can't change
Everyone.
how I feel.
Of course I can.
You
Can be sick.
doesn't mean I.
cut to, cut to,
You
Sure.
don't live well with people.
cut to,
More like a god than a person.
Nicest thing.
Not sure that's a name.
Thank you.
He wiggles his toes.
Thank you.
He wiggles his toes. Cut to Scene 10, Cryonics. Exterior, world, day. Interior, place, night. Interior, building. Building in Irvine. No windows. Interior, building. Cold. Very cold. Steel. Stainless. Interior, building where men wear white lab coats. Interior, day, building, men, lab coats. Me, blue gown, very cold. Interior. Me, Roy, and
So,
close on Walt, and close on Walt, and Walt says to Roy,
I'm about to go.
Walt says to Roy, and thinks this will make Roy sad, and freeze on Roy, and Walt thinks Roy's so cold that Roy, so cold, ice. I call him Ice. Just no reaction. He says,
okay,
just says,
okay.
and freeze on Walt, and close on Walt, and Walt thinks, well, I'll tell Mr. Ice something. Something to really get a reaction out of him. And Walt says,
I gave Ron your job.
Okay.
Gave Ron your job. How you were supposed to take over for me, well, I just gave it all to...
Okay.
and freeze on Roy, and freeze on close on. And we can tell from the close-up that he's really pissed off about it.
Okay.
Really pissed off. Serves him right, pissed off. You can tell, can't you? You can tell. Oh, sure, yeah, you can. And
Whatever you want, I just...
close on his eyes, his tears, cut to...
Not really that upset.
He is. And he says...
Ron's not so...
He thinks Ron's not so...
Not so what?
smart.
Strong. He's
Being.
a bully,
Okay.
like he should, I think.
He'll hurt.
The company,
Yes.
so dumb.
He'll...
Drive the company into the ground.
Yes.
I know.
You know.
I know.
You...
Want the whole thing
The company.
when I'm gone.
To fail.
Yes.
Because...
I want
See how...
much they need me.
Cut to Walt on a table. Cut to Roy. Cut to Roy.
Feeling
Remorse.
better.
Sorry.
Things with the wife.
Worse.
Better.
Cut to.
She likes me again.
Cut to.
Touches me again.
Close on Walt.
Think we love each other again.
Walt on a table in the lab in
When the board found out you were dying,
ready to
we sat down and had a talk about your city.
stop the body
Best if we turn it into another theme park.
and drain the fluids. Cut to
Hold on the
machines attached.
more conservative.
Close on tubes
Just
and heart stops.
makes more sense.
Waltz.
Financially.
Cut to
In the spirit.
close on neck.
What you wanted.
Close on saw.
Dedicated to
Cut to
you.
close on saw cutting into.
And technology.
Cut through Walt's neck.
And the world. Pavilions devoted to all the countries of the...
And cut through the spine. Hard to cut through. Cut the spine. Spine snaps. The spine. And Walt. Close on Walt. Close on Walt's head. Severed head. Close on. Freeze. Freeze the head. Walt's head. Walt is just a head. Close. Walt's head in freeze. Frozen. Cut to Roy. And Roy cries.
Roy doesn't cry.
Roy cries. Everyone cries. Wife cries, daughter, Ron, and even a dog. There's a dog there, and even the dog cries. Everyone cries. And then they stop. And they do nothing. Because now that I'm gone, no one does anything. Now that I'm gone, the world just stops, right? Right? That's the world has stopped, is waiting for me to return, waiting for me to defrost and show them the way. And Walt, in the end, Walt sees everything in his head, where everything is in this head, sees everything that's in his head. Because that's what death is. What death is real slow. It's a slow fade, a slow and eternal fade. 2 seconds in real time, but an eternity in mind time. And that's what heaven is. What heaven is whatever is in Walt's head. And when Walt's head's dead, when Walt's brain shuts down, and the brain, it's seeing itself, and it's seeing itself slow down, and it's seeing itself see itself real slow, and time stretches. So it's like that. It's a real slow fade out. And as the brain shuts down, the brain thinks about itself, thinks about thinking about itself, inside itself, flashbacks and flashes forward, and frees on everything it contains. And it contains what I think is a real good life, heaven, a real. And Walt is happy, and Walt is loved, and Walt is happier than he's ever been, better than he's ever been, smarter than he's been, and everyone misses him, and it's a real, slow, a real, slow fade.
End of play.